I really want to focus on meaningful friendships. So I, for a long time, didn't care about making friends. I'm just going to be honest. But I started to notice that I couldn't have my life revolving around my spouse. And when I had that realization, I knew with me being an introvert, I was really going to have to step outside of myself in order to do that. Because most of us know making friends as an adult is hard and it takes intention. So I'm very sensitive and I allow my brain or my mind, I allow my mind to run with things. So I knew in order to make friends as an adult, I had to be myself and I had to be proactive and not let my mind make up these stories. And so what I mean by that is if someone is slow to text me back, they're busy, Tony. That's why. So just things like that. But also being the only one reaching out all the time. I used to take that real personal, but I knew in order to get what I wanted, I had to let that go. So I maintain like a list for myself of the friendships that I have or the connections that I made, and just try to stay engaged and involved in reaching out regardless of if they reach out to me or not. If they don't, it'll work itself out eventually. Like the relationship will run its course on its own. So I don't have to allow my mind to run with a narrative that I created when I can just let it play itself out. So with building meaningful friendships, it's just me being intentional and staying connected to people, being myself, showing interest, being intentional, and not just looking for good friends, but also being a good friend myself. The next thing I want to be working on this season is personal confidence. So I would say overall, I've always knew I was the shit, right? But I feel like I don't project that. And I don't mean projecting it in the sense of being arrogant. I mean it in the sense of showing up that way, speaking that way, dressing that way, showing it to the world that I'm confident instead of it just being in my head. Because I feel like my exterior and my interior confidence wasn't connecting. So right now I want to make sure that I am continuing to develop my confidence, knowing who I am, knowing my worth, believing it, and really not allowing myself to focus so much on what other people say or do to determine how confident I am. That's very important to me because it dictates the things that I go after, the people that I connect with. If I don't have the confidence, I feel like I show up in the world as a weak individual. So making sure I maintain my personal confidence and project that into the world. The next thing is showing up authentically. So I am on this social media journey. Specifically with my channel, I want to be able to show myself in real time, becoming the woman that I know I can be, especially after leaving a traumatic situation such as my 9-to-5. It's crazy that a job can do so much damage that can ignite a journey like this, but that's my reality, and it exposed a lot about myself. And so pretty much I'm rediscovering, and as I'm rediscovering and showing it online, I want to make sure that I'm being authentic. So I don't want to overproduce, I don't want to overdress, I don't want to overdo it. Even the way I talk, like I plan out my videos and things like that, but I try to make sure that I don't really overscript it and kind of just use my own words and just be myself, because I feel like that's the only way that I can continue on this journey, is to be authentically myself. If I don't, I really feel like I'm going to burn out. Being authentic to me is the only way that I feel like I could sustain this journey and look like myself, talk like myself, and don't just show up as this brand new person and thinking that I'm going to be able to maintain that. Like, I don't think that's realistic at all. Last thing I want to focus on in this season is learning to enjoy life. I have a lot of time on my hands. I tell people this all the time, and yes, it's something that most people will be like, why are you complaining about that? But to me, it's exposing the lack of structure I had in my life. Having a job, a 9-to-5 job, kind of created that structure for me. But once I was forced to run a business on my own, I had to create a structure that I am still struggling to deal with. I try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday working out, all the other days just walking, but just managing my expectation of what day to day looks like, because I feel like that gets in the way of my motivation. But I feel like day to day is not meant to be this fireworks every day. That life pretty much is simple on a day to day, and just embracing that, but also finding time to enjoy myself, exploring things that I haven't done already, like swimming. Like, I don't know how to swim yet, and I've told myself for years that that was going to be my focus, but I'm so worried about my hair all the time, like what I'm going to do with it, that I never take it serious. But skating, like, I want to be able to learn how to skate, roll. I can skate going forward, but I'm always timid with it. But I want to be able to skate backwards. I want to continue to go to events by myself, just to experience seeing myself evolve out of my shell. Enjoying time with my family, enjoying time with my friends, working on the relationships that mean the most to me. Just enjoying myself, seeing myself smile, put it on makeup. I rarely leave the house now without a little bit of concealer or blush. I feel like it gives me that pop I need without having to have a full face. But enjoying myself, loving myself, and just really reaping the benefits of what I created and the growth that I have made on this rediscovering myself journey.